Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Subliteral Network. I make art and comics, and thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe and to leave your feedback in the comments. I post art daily, 5 days a week on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and this is a roundup of that work in case you missed it, with a little more detailed description added. You can read my Una the Cave Bunny comics free at radiocomics.com, and please visit my Patreon page if you'd like to support my work. All these links are in my description and bio, and please watch till the end so you don't miss anything. This is Moticia Adams in pencil. If you watch the old Addams Family TV show where she was played by Carolyn Jones, Carolyn Jones was really beautiful back then. You forget, if you don't watch the reruns, you tune in and you go, oh my god, she is really gorgeous. And I think the thing about Moticia Adams is that she is absolutely creepy, but absolutely beautiful at the same time. And the 3D cartoon that they came out with a few years ago, I think they really pulled it together, and she was just really beautiful, but creepy, and she looked like dead and stuff, and somehow the design just really worked, and I really liked it, the way she looked then. So my drawing is kind of based on that version. This is a ballpoint sketch done on a paper bag. When I do these paper bag sketches, I'm experimenting a lot. I'm drawing subject matters that I usually don't. I'm trying out rendering techniques. And on this one, you can see that I was trying to do a lot more cross-hatching to create form. I really wanted to kind of make that start working for me. So it's drawn in ballpoint, on a paper bag with using a China crayon for highlights. And take a look over there. I had drawn, in the spirit of experimentation, I drew these giant boobs to start with. You can see the outline out there, but I decided to come back to a more reasonable proportion for something and some reason. And on reflection, I just really probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, in the cause of science, I just should not pull back, and I won't make that mistake again. So I've just about finished pencil and ink on this particular comic book that I'm drawing, which is it's a personal project, but I'm using it to kind of sharpen up my comic book skills. And this was a pencil panel that I just kind of pulled out of it to take a look at, and I was trying to do a bunch of things with it. I tried to make a spacesuit that was actually attractive looking, but kind of weird looking. And my character she's somebody who's only like 4 feet 11. And it's hard to, you gotta pack in all the curves on her because she's so short. And I'm getting a little better at it, but the suit was a good chance to screw all that up. I could have put her in some bulky balloon suit, but I decided to make it form-fitting and a form-following kind of armor. And that is the way I wanted to go, and that's the kind of the reason I'm showing this picture. How do you make an unusual looking figure have all the heroic qualities of somebody who's like 6 heads tall, like you get in a standard superhero comic? It's kind of a sort of a challenge. Okay, here she is again on a finished page. So what I ended up doing was the figure I redrew at least like 4 times because I wasn't getting her right. She's short, but she has to kind of not look dumpy and tiny. She has to look, I wanted her to have kind of she's an adult female, and I wanted her to have those proportions. And another problem I had was I kept drawing her swinging through the air on this line, but it was just terrible looking. And then I just said, why don't you just add that superhero foreshortening? So I did, and I liked the results a lot better. Yeah, nice. So what I ended up doing was redrawing the background entirely. So I drew the background, and then I took the figure in Photoshop and pasted her and repositioned her on the front of that. Pretty satisfied with the results. I do this a lot now. Not as much as as other people do, but I find it handy sometimes to just make the page look that much better. I mean, why not just use all the tools that are available? The finished drawing part of my Catwoman picture before color, done on tone tan ink with China crayon highlights. So it's something of a cross between Jim Balin's Catwoman design, which he did back in the 90s, and the Bruce Timm design that was in the Batman animated series. I think both had a tail, but Jim Balin's had these long black gloves and high knee-high, over-the-knee black boots. So my hybrid version just has the tail, and I think Catwoman should always have cat ears. They used to draw cat whiskers on her, and she's had a bunch of costumes that some have been much better than others, but they're always kind of interesting. Every single one of them I think has just been great. So I can see I got to draw more Catwoman in all the different costumes that she had.